How's the volume looking? Music seems pretty loud. Alright, I've turned it down a little bit. We'll see how that goes. This game is good. It is $70, which, if you're broke, I know that's never a small amount of money. If you're a Silent Hill fan, or you just like horror in general, I don't think you'd regret this game, but I don't know your exact financial situation. It is fairly substantial. We're at 6.5 hours, and I don't think we're really super close to the end here, but it's probably like a 9-10 hour game on your first run. Yeah, I mean, this game doesn't have much to do with the other Silent Hill games. It's mostly just like vibes and themes. So, I think it's good for both people who don't know the series and who do. Ah, that's right, yes. So now we're the monster. We sawed our arm off and we got a fox arm. Oh, right. We are in... Where are we? So we made it through this horrible maze. And now we're in a different part of the horrible maze, but it won't be so bad because we have this, this kind of new weapon. And we haven't found a shrine or a box in a while. But since I just loaded the game, there must be a shrine back here. Right? I did a face reveal in the Signalis video. And I literally just explained if the game was worth buying. The answer is yes, if you have $70. Alright, so I guess we just gotta press on and ignore all the items until we find a, so we find a shrine, because our inventory's full. Also, I said this I think last time, but something funny about Silent Hill is its best moment is outlined in the is in the beginning of the first game, and the series never is that good again. And until this game, it was kind of a steady decline in quality from that moment, where you had two really good games, a pretty good game, a flawed game that had some good parts, and then just years of a huge mess. Okay, there's a shrine in the middle here, so we just gotta get there. All right. We'll just offer everything because there's a bunch of stuff to go back and get. Don't have an Emma. This is just a drawing of a fox. Somebody says, Pyramid Head being in so many other Silent Hills angers me. Especially when you realize the symbolism behind him. Yeah, it does feel like, very corporate, very like, oh, we got a mascot, let's, you know, let's get everybody to the soy jack point when he comes out. But, I think they could have done something interesting there, where they could have had it so that the town would just sort of use whatever it cobbled together out of the sort of lives of different people who were affected by it, so that, you know, maybe something from Angela's world or something from James's world might show up later in a different context for somebody else, but they weren't really doing it like that. They were more just trying to say like, oh no, he's this character who lives here and he's part of it, and like that's not really what was happening. It was just a weird painting James saw one time of a guy wearing an executioner's hood, and he just kind of, like, the image stuck with him. Did that respawn? Okay, make a few more offerings, I guess. These are not as good. So offer the water. Yep, knew that was coming. I need to equip my healing items. Oh, they are equipped. You said blue lamp rules still apply, but the arm can eat people. The arm lets me permakill anybody. The arm is cool. I definitely don't feel like really pressured by the bad guys at all. Thy lovely silver arm grows strong, thy figure no longer mortal but divine. Unto thy limb has the power of purification been bestowed. Grace us now with thy newfound strength. I mean, the, Alright. Oh, there's just a lot of them, I guess. Since when can I do that? That's pretty good. See if I can just crunch them up with the arm and they burn. I think Origins is exactly the wrong kind of thing to do for Silent Hill. It's the first impulse that like a bad writer would have. And I'm not surprised it got made at all because so people always talk about like, oh, Team Silent, Team Silent. There was never a Team Silent. For the first game, they just kind of threw together whoever was not busy. And then a lot of those people were not around for the second game. So that's one of the reasons it was so different, was it was just, you know, largely a whole new team. And I want to say several of them stuck around for 3, but then 4 was again, like, basically all new people. And because Konami is kind of a... they are the corporation that they are... Thought I dodged that. Out of here. When I'm in a fist fight and my opponent is a 16-year-old girl.
次の儀式はこっちだ。
So what I was going to say was, we all know by now what kind of a company Konami is, and just the decision to outsource the games and to really not do any kind of quality control at all, it seemed, is unsurprising in hindsight. Was there something back here? And I will go on record and remain on record as a Silent Hill 3 hater. It looks great. I like Heather. It has great music. It's got all the pieces, but the characters are broadly very cartoonish in a way that doesn't jive with how they had worked before. It smacks of like bad anime storytelling in a way that hadn't been done before. The decision to like go back and expand this cult into like this massive powerful conspiracy instead of being what it was explained as in the first game, which was like a couple of more influential people from the town who basically all died when Alessa killed them. Like, Dahlia was a little bit wacky, but that was because she was sort of pretending to be this crazy old lady when she was actually a religious fanatic. But, like, one who was sort of correct in her beliefs. Yeah, I guess I'll say. Kind of odd that there's a shrine up here and one like right down there. And I'm not a Shattered Memories fan either. I think it's a pretty stupid game, and until recently I had a very low opinion of Sam Barlow, but he's on I think he's on Blue Sky and he's pretty cool. So I think I don't know. I think maybe his he was falling into a couple of sexist pitfalls with his writing. But he doesn't seem like he is, you know, he seems like he's actually a pretty big feminist, so. Boy, I have to remember how to beat this boss again. Oh god, I've got a soul siphon them now. mind me, just eating every pill that I own. So yeah, this was a boss we fought earlier, but we didn't have a cool arm before, and it was a very hard boss, and it took forever. But ugh. Okay, let's just take the L here and then start over. Downpour has yeah, Downpour does have the worst monster design, largely because Downpour isn't really about anything and nothing happens, and the monsters don't tie into any broader theme, really. There's, like... And that's fine, I guess they don't, you know, really have to, but they're also just pretty generic. Oh. Murphy's character, no, I don't agree about the doll there. Murphy's character doesn't have any themes of sexual frustration going on. There's nothing in his entire story to indicate that that is an issue for him at all. Like his story is that he was married and he had a kid, and then some guy killed his kid, and then so he goes to prison to get revenge on the guy because the guy goes to prison but doesn't get executed. And that's it. Like he's married, he's in prison on purpose. Like his story is that he's a good man who made a bad choice, right? And that doesn't really like This fight is so much more annoying than the last time. It's in a smaller arena. But boy. But I'm not getting my, yeah, I'm not getting my counters. No, Ghost, that's not, it, like, just because you can imagine that something would happen to a character does not mean that it's part of their theme. Like, you know, the story would need to include something, like anything that sold that idea, and it doesn't. That might have even been what the, what that monster designer was intending, but it's just not in the story. Like, you could say, you know, if there was, like, a monster that looked like Jesus, you could say, like, oh, well, maybe he's a Christian now or something, but, like, if he's not, then he's, like, if the story doesn't ever talk about that, then he's just not. And it doesn't have to say it overtly, but, like... It's a case where the monster design is showing, like, a disconnect from the writing in general. Gosh, I thought she was gonna give birth instead of spitting. Okay, once you clear them out, this gets way easier. Yeah, the camera wasn't doing me any favors. This arena is also smaller than the other one. The other one was a pretty big room. This wasn't a lot of room to move around. And Ghost is saying, had a buddy that went to prison, came out, was obviously very frustrated. That's fine, and I'm not saying that doesn't happen or that that's, you know, illogical or anything, but like, if you're gonna write that check, like, you have to, like, be able to back it up, and the story just doesn't back it up. That's not in there. We don't ever get any sort of, gosh, what is that character's name? The Silent Hill Downpour guy's name is, he's got 2 last names, I remember. It's Murphy Pendleton is his name. And, Murphy Pendleton is not a sexual being. He does not have, I don't know how he got that kid, because he doesn't,
よく頑張ったね。
はい。
儀式は終わったよ。君は本当に頑張った。次でここでの儀式は最後だ。
これで身も心も。
we got something new in the, when the kudzu seal is full, use left stick and right stick to awaken your bestial form. So we can go beast mode. When attacking using right button, you can unleash a devastating attack with right trigger, holding down the attack for longer. Okay. I think we've seen all those.
あなたのものに。
Wake your ass up, cause it's time to go beast mode.
こっちだ
Enemies defeated while using your bestial form will not reanimate. Oh wow, so you can counter even when you're animation locked. Alright.
はじめましてひなこと申します
There's so many. Oh no. I guess we can, yeah, we can call that beast mode. Yeah, Murphy Pendleton does not sound like a real name. And that was, I mean, that was a Western developed game, so it was... I got a pretty good laugh out of that. The one that sticks with me most is Travis Grady, because if you were trying to name a truck driver, like, that is the most truck driver name you could come up with, especially because it's I think that game takes place in the 70s or 80s. think I don't hear you over there. Oh, you're all the way in the corner. Okay. Then perish. Alright, where are we at? Over here. A drawstring bag covered in red and black stains. It's kind of sticky, but might come in handy. Inventory's been expanded. Can Beast Mode have the nickname Arm install? I don't know, it doesn't have that that same early 2010s embarrassing. Oh, bandage. Don't mind if I do. Is that just no longer available? Okay. See, y'all Zoomers didn't have the experience that that we had. I got the first Devil May Cry when it came out, and there was just no, like, nobody knew what Devil May Cry was yet, so I started playing it, and it was just, like, what the hell is this? Because it was, especially, like, even from the intro in the first game, it's a very specific kind of, like, cheesy action. They're just having fun with everything, but it wasn't really, like, in vogue to make games like that at the time. Especially from Japan, so I was like, what is going on? I should have been the one to fill your dark soul with light. So Beast Mode is really worth using because obviously it means you're going to have to spend less healing items, but if you can, you want to click out of it before the fight ends because you get some points back by using Soul Siphon, which you don't get to do if you kill them in Beast Mode. Find the final ritual chamber. The exclamation marks above her head. It's like, what? So I guess it would be... Yeah, there's like some image of doors here, so maybe in the bottom left there. Let me grab a drink real fast. That's Kitty, and she's charged with goobing. Just being a terrible little grub. Hmm. This way? Yeah, this must be it. You really are shrouded in mystery. You understand exactly how I feel, even though we haven't seen each other in years. Are you simply reading me like a book, or am I feeling exactly what it is you want me to? Recently, I'm starting to think that I don't even know who I am anymore. Could we maybe take one of these and get like a change of clothes? Because we're starting to, our outfit is like, I don't think we can wear this to school. I think we we would be sent to the principal's office. Ah, there it is. Okay. I see now. Thinking about, we didn't have uniforms at my school, but we did have like,
これが最後
I'm sure this is every school, but we would
さあひなこ
like just every day it felt like 2 or 3 girls would be sent home for like a teacher thought they were showing too much cleavage, or their skirt was too short, or their pants were too tight or too low-waisted, or it's like, think about how much like education time was wasted on just kind of sexually harassing these teenage girls. I remember once a girl came in and she had one of her pant legs rolled up to her knee because she was wearing like these baggy pants, and one leg was rolled up, and it was first period, and she came in, and a teacher asked her if that was a gang symbol and she was in a gang, and she was like, no, I was riding a bicycle and I didn't want my pant leg to get caught in the chain. Oof. Oh yeah, too much shoulder. Too much shoulder. No spaghetti straps. No, it's like, ugh. What is the difference between, like, what is sexually arousing people about spaghetti straps that is not about like 1-inch wide tank top straps? Like, why is that fine? Is it like on a string? Like, what is that? Also, my transformation isn't working. Ah, that sucks. We didn't have a lot of gang problems at my school, but the area did. And it was high school. That's when people start getting really mixed up in that stuff. But I mean, it was definitely just the teacher just said that because she was Mexican. I was like, leave her alone. We're trying to do math. So they don't use their they use their normal attacks, but when he beats the drum, he controls when they attack. Okay, that one's gone. Camera, please. At least we have room this time. One, two. Oh, I meant that the student was Mexican, and the teacher was just Mexican girl looking slightly different. She must be in a gang. I can't move. That's okay, you've just been missing watching me getting crushed by this boss. Assault siphon, okay. I don't know. Okay. Get that soul siphon. I guess I don't want to kill this yet because he's gonna... So dodging their so he's got that special attack where he pounds the drum and they jump at you. Dodging that doesn't trigger the stamina recovery like normal. Good. Yes. Ah. So you can't rely on dodge or counter to win this fight for you. I don't know if he's preventing me from doing beast mode. I know my gauge isn't full starting, but... Oh, it does trigger it, okay. Alright, now we got it. Okay, so... that is doable, it's just a pain.
Intense repetitive jazz followed by Sonic screaming Sonic Unleashed was truly an experience.
Okay. Oh. Give me that. Okay. Whew. All right. thought that was going to take a few more tries. The difficulty adjustment feels pretty good. They made stamina begins its regeneration a little bit sooner, and then I think monsters have a little bit less HP. And the Fat Pretzel, thank you for the dono and for reminding us all of Sonic Unleashed again.
よく痛みをこらえてくれた。凛々しかったぞ、ひな子。
いや、痛い。
私の目を見なさい。
痛い。
ひな子、私の目を見なさい。もう痛いことや辛いことはないよ。落ち着きなさい。
はい。痛いことや 辛いことはありません。私は落ち着きます。
それでいい。さすがひな子だ。
ありがとうございます。
さあ行こう。
はい、行きます。これでようやく私に。
Ouch.
頑張ったね。さあ皆が私たちを待っているよ。
That cutscene was made a lot grosser by the headphones I'm wearing. The squishy sounds were the binaural squishy sounds. Flesh noises. Hold left trigger to use focus and discover hidden paths and clues. Hmm.
進むべき道が。
Okay, well let's make some offerings and then double back. Nope. There we go. What's all this? And Emma, we can upgrade. It's a miracle. How could this be? The two daughters' symptoms have improved dramatically. Both patients have made a full recovery. I do not understand it one bit. Could this be a phenomenon that could not be explained through scientific means? There exists no record in any literature of a disease or toxin that could lead to such a cruel illness. Such a dramatic recovery as the two daughters' experience has likewise never been documented. Now the housemaids are whispering about a supposed curse. Yet I can no longer chide them and insist science can prove all. Okay, let's increase our abilities. I'm pretty happy with sanity. It doesn't seem like it's been an issue. Just go with health. The Foxman is hot, so that's why we're doing everything he says. Slightly restores health after defeating an enemy. However, the child she carried was unmistakably a descendant of the Tsukenis, and her blood lies in wait for tragedy to strike. The Tsunekis. It's only a matter of time before that child exacts their revenge. I believe the next time there is turmoil within the Tsuneki family, that child will make their move. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. If you're like a 7 or better, just people will chop off their arms and faces for you. No problem. And that's not fair. I mean, the world is not a fair place. But that's just the way it is. Somehow I think this is not the room that I was just in, where I saw the comb. Ah, it's down there. I'm saying like a 7 or up. 7's pretty good. Mogged by the fox motor. Yeah, that's what's going on, yeah. All these fox chads are controlling the sexual marketplace. Nice guys never had a chance. He's fox maxing. Okay, was that it? I thought there was also sacred water. That must have been outside. That Twitch chatter is so much cooler than me. I only found her through Fear and Hunger. Who's the Twitch chatter? This is YouTube. Okay, I'm sorry. That sacred water is just gone. We're gonna have to accept that and move past it. Oh no, I'm only on YouTube. I just don't feel like watching two chats at once and maintaining, you know, yet another account. I've already got so many. This is YouTube. We clowning this motherfucker. Better take your sensitive ass back to Twitch. So I play Rust. I'm not good at it, but I do play it. Not a lot, not like religiously, but I'll pop on for a wipe and try to run around and have some fun. I guess they just did like a huge promo with Kick. And everyone was like, why are they doing like Kick? Like, you know, Kick has so much bad press lately. And I guess it turns out one of the lead devs is just like beefing with Twitch. Alistair just hates that Twitch doesn't do anything about cheaters, I guess. How is Kick even still around, like, legally? Well, all crimes are legal now. It's the purge has been popping off since, like, I want to say probably before the election, right? Like, I'd say the purge has been popping off since like 2017, probably. Oh, somebody says, I feel like the Kick user and Rust player diagram is a Venn diagram is a circle. No, a lot of people in the Rust community were like really mad that they had to like, because there were drops, and one of the drops is like it's a skin for a common piece of armor that is like really good in some areas because it's highly camouflaged, when that item's weakness is normally that it's very visible. So yeah, everyone was kind of grumping about that, but whatever, I guess. I think Kick is probably also doing that thing where, you know how like Uber has never not lost money year after year? And it's just like, it's the same thing with AI. This is just like what tech does now, is they just kind of pass money around in a circle and pretend like they're profitable. Where are we going? Chase after Fox Mask. Well, where is he? He might be down here. Yeah, they do burn existing companies to the ground in the process, so. I had a experience lately that if you follow me on Blue Sky, you'll know about this. I switched the store from, I had a merch store that didn't really see a lot of use. But it was Teespring, which they didn't have the best quality products, but like it was, you could have fairly cheap prices. And I figure for, you know, a YouTube channel merch, that's probably good enough. But like a year ago, they got bought by like Parlor. Like they got bought by Amaze, which is a company that owns, I think it owns Parlor and some other stuff. And they basically stopped fulfilling orders and payouts. So people who buy things aren't getting their orders, and people who sell things are not getting their money. And they were like, "Oh, sorry, you know, the changeover from the purchase, we've had, you know, trouble just getting our infrastructure up to snuff." But they have launched a bunch of like AI stuff that has made it clear to me that they spent all their money on AI in order to convince people to like keep buying and making products that they are not printing or delivering. And so I got this let me put this up. This is a really weird. So I switched my store over to Fourth Wall. So if you want to buy merch now, it's fine. But I have to put up this image because this is nuts. Where is the... So I get an email from Kyle Woodward, the head of creator growth here at Spring by Amaze. I wanted to reach out. So I made a post on YouTube that was like, hey, I switched storefronts. And sort of hours later, I get this. I understand you've recently moved your merch operations to another partner, and I fully respect your need to do what feels right for your brand and your community. I also read that the decision may have been influenced by concerns raised by some of your fans, and I wanted to address that with complete honesty and transparency. We had a few production hurdles earlier this year, but we've taken them seriously, resolved them, and are now operating at full capacity. We've put a significant amount of work to address any customer concerns and ensure the experience moving forward is smooth and reliable. Additionally, I wanted to share with you our new product called Amaze Moments. We use an in-house AI to analyze your content and select engaging moments to feed into our Moments generator to create brand new designs that can seamlessly integrate into your store. And there's a part 2 of this. Let's Our team did an analysis today and created the 2 attached designs, matching your chibi merch style from your 2 latest videos. They included your meme for "My crack" and how your fans also resonated with their love of fast food. These designs would look great on a shirt, mug, or stickers. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you're open to it, I'd really appreciate the chance to talk through any concerns your audience shared, provide clarity, and talk about the improvements we've made to the end-to-end process. So this is AI generated. There's no... My store was... I think I sold, before I made the Arm the Dolls shirt, I sold like a lifetime total of like $50 worth of stickers. And this was over years. Oh, hey, Mythonics in chat. Didn't see you earlier. Yeah, so this is crazy. And so they sent me 2 proofs and Morbid Spade's here. One of these is relevant to Morbid Spade. So they sent me a couple of AI generated, like, oh, you could put this on a shirt or something. And here's the first one. And I don't know. So this doesn't look like my little avatar at all. For like the outfit's all wrong, which is standard for AI. The hair's all wrong, but you know, whatever. When have I ever been obsessed with fast food? When has that been Like, I can't think of a single time on the channel I've ever brought up fast food or really talked about it. And I'm a vegetarian. I don't get to eat a lot of fast food. I don't have many fast food places around me. It just doesn't come up very often. And this art looks like it was maybe stolen from like a VTuber or something. Like it looks very similar. Like, you know, this looks. Also, somebody pointed this out. Like, oops. Let's get a look at this burger. Can anybody tell me what this burger is or this thing? Like, what are these? One of those Pokemon donuts. Yeah, it's very weird. And then so the other image was that their AI came up with this image. And it's this, which looks a little bit familiar to me, and I'll show you why. I almost want to do a video on how weird this is, because it's just like, so Morbid Spade, I was sick. In the patron chat, I mentioned it, and I was like complaining, and I was like, I'm just gonna lay on the ground and cry. And Morbid Spade responds with this image. And their AI just like completely like just gave it the oh god, where's the like just completely sandblasted all of the character out of it. And it's so gross. And I'm not somebody who's like, I'm not like existentially anti-AI. Like I think you shouldn't use it to like put art in your video game or anything. And I think that these companies that are using it are really scummy and not, they're not serving the customers or the technology very well. It's such a disappointment because this technology could do some really cool things, and in some cases it is, but like this like Microsoft Copilot crap they're selling us, and these like garbage, like what is this is worse than nothing, right? Like and it's just like theft, and it's so disappointing. Like it's like we built a rocket to go to the moon, and all we want to do is I don't know, load it up with garbage and fly it into the ocean. And there's a little bit more, and then we'll get back to Silent Hill. Kyle then like emailed me like 12 hours later and was like, I just wanted to follow up my previous message and see if you'd be willing to hop on a quick phone call. And there's no Kyle, right? Like if that phone call is just going to be like a bot. And I replied to him asking for 12,000 more proofs, just to see if I could get the bot to do some funny stuff. It balked, but like kept trying to sell me on it. And the upshot is that this company has stopped. This is Teespring. This company has stopped making a product. All they do is they're just using it to scam people. They're selling a lie. They have this thing that will generate an image, and it will have Kyle email you and be like, oh, you can do all this with it. And so that you make designs and you spend your time, or you use their AI designs, and you spend your time putting up your store and advertising it and everything. And then unwitting customers come along and they start buying merchandise that they think they're going to get, and they think they're supporting you because that money's going to go to you, and it just goes to the company that is a haunted spam factory. And they get nothing and you get nothing. And it's just the I receive, you receive guy, right? Like it's so weird. I'm pretty mad on behalf of people who ordered. I don't know if they're I've heard people say that some orders are still being fulfilled, that it is not just like fully it's unclear if it's just like fully scam territory yet, or if it's just like a bad business being run badly. But man, it is depressing just seeing all of that play out. And part of this is the plot of Did I Deepfake Simulacrum? You're working for this corporation doing hits, and then you find out pretty late in the game that you're not doing hits for the corporation. The person who is sort of your handler is sort of a rogue agent within this corporation who's using its assets. And when you start looking into like, well, how is that possible? Why are you not getting in trouble? She's like, there's nobody in charge. Like the company doesn't make anything. Like its money all comes from like Byzantine finance decisions that are being made between a bunch of different corporations. These are like systems that have been put in place long ago that have grown beyond human understanding. The company makes products that cannot be used by humans that are shipped to nowhere. And like, it just generates money magically, or as if by magic, because it's just all of this like sort of financial voodoo going on. And so I had to send that to the dev. I had to be like, well, your game came true. Corporate horror. I think it does, yeah. Yeah, like there is like this say what you will about like free market capitalism or whatever. It's supposed to enable global commerce to deliver a product to a customer and create profitability along the way. And then, there's people getting their beaks wet and doing all kinds of financial speculation and stuff. That's one thing, but to have a system where it's just like I've got another meme for it. I feel like it's just here we go. It just feels like it just kind of feels like this is all that's going on anymore. It's just so that's my merchandise, corporate horror, collapse of civilization, dead internet, kind of in a nutshell. And like, imagine the utility that AI could offer somebody, for example, who is not great at English and they're trying to do something technical, but they can't understand the documentation, and like Google's like existing auto translate stuff is not really sufficient. They could go to ChatGPT or something and be like, hey, I'm trying to do this. Can you help me in my language? And they'd be like, yeah, sure. That's great. Like, that's a super useful tool, but like, what is Kyle? Like, who is Kyle benefiting? And like, it's not benefiting the company. Like, Amaze's stock has gone down 99.5% since 2019. So it's not like somebody's getting rich. Maybe like one guy is getting rich off this, but it's not like the company's successful because of this.
とても綺麗だひなこ。では行こうか。
ご一緒に。
見たまえ、皆が私たちを祝ってくれている。
あなたの新しい生に祝福を。
By the way, Mythonix, if you're still here, congrats on 90K. Mythonix just got 90,000 subscribers. He's been a friend of the channel since way back. Kabi Devs asked what happened to our back, and yes, it was more ritual stuff. Played Dark Souls, I know an exploding zombie when I see one. Okay, I think they get explodey whenever they get, like, touched by fire. Yeah, this is a cool design. This is, I've liked both of these. And I think... I wonder if it might be useful to try to kill these. Like for, to get beast mode meter. If you, I mean, if you like Shintoism, focus here for a second. Yeah, because I can now do... Oh, I wasted it. That sucked. Did it auto-activate? I couldn't really tell what happened there. Okay. Well, it doesn't matter. Oh. Yeah, it just like turned off. Why did that happen? There we go. And you.
見たくなかった。リンコのこんな姿。でも今は嬉しい。お別れにさえして私たちはようやく本音を語り合えたね。これでリンコの世界から清水ひな子は消えたね。お幸せにリンコ。私はじゃない。
どうしたひな子。
私は
君はひな子じゃないか。
私は
君はひな子だ。
はい。私は清水ひな子じゃない。私はひな子。
そうだよ。君は私のひな子だ。
お母さん。
そろそろ帰っておいで。お夕飯ができたから。おい、リンコを離せ。
ひなこ、もう時間がないのよ。いつまでここにいる気なの？
姉ちゃん。
久しぶりね、ひなこ。
やっぱりなんだか不思議な感じ。お姉ちゃんがお姉ちゃんじゃないみたい。
お互い様よ。私の中でのひなこはまだ小学校前。そんな格好をしているとひなこがひなこじゃないみたいだわ。
お姉ちゃん、私。
あなたが生かされたということは、ここに至ってもまだ迷いがあるということなのね。
迷い？
今日までに何度も言ったかもしれないけれど、もう一度だけ言うわね。生はあなたが選びなさい。誰の意見も聞かなくていい。自分の意志だけで 選びなさい。だけれどもこれだけは覚えておいて、あなたがそれに悩める時間はもう尽きかけている。いえ、普通の人間ならばとっくに尽きている。
お姉ちゃん。シュリンコ。
All right, journal updated. What's going on? Junko always told me that the quickest way to happiness is to live the way society expects women to. Well, if there's a quick way to happiness, there must be other ways too. One time, when I was little, Junko showed me how to find my way out of a maze in a puzzle book. There's no doubt she showed me the quickest solution. Still, what I felt that moment was nothing compared to the joy of figuring it out myself. Oh wow, we've completely overwritten the old drawing of us with this. I've always despised people who tell me how to act just because I'm a girl. Shu was different, though. He was the only one who ever understood me. We were perfect partners. I considered him a true companion. As we got older, the pressure from our parents got stronger. Even still, Shu never stopped treating me like his equal, regardless of my gender. There are two Hinakos inside me now. Shimizu Hinako, whom I have known since birth, and Hinako, a woman who is trying to steal my body from the old me. It's like an alien is trying to take over me. If this were Space Wars, my partner would be coming to the rescue, but there's no sign of him. This reminds me of the song from Bikini Kill, Alien She. She wants me to be like her. Nothing gets on my nerves more than other people trying to make decisions for me, even if what they're saying is right. It just rubs me the wrong way. I'd rather make 100 mistakes than follow someone else's commands. But that can make for a lonely life, one where I refuse to listen to anyone else. I want to become the kind of person who truly listens to what others have to say. Of course, it'll still be up to me who I listen to. And that will be someone I can trust, someone who will walk alongside me, hand in hand. However, making long lists of things I hate is just a way of running away from the real issues I have with my inner self. I have to step up and face what's inside of me, even if I don't like what I see. Being able to take my time and carefully think things through before making a decision is what's most important to me. I got some new fox mask. He promised me everything I could ever want to be content, a life full of comfort for as long as I live, status that no one could look down on, and most importantly, endless love for me. For all this, I will give him all of me, body, mind, and soul. I will even give him what I have fiercely protected my whole life, my will to make my own choices. From now on, I will let him decide everything for me and simply do as he says. This is what happiness means to me. I have to say, and I've commented on this before, but I think they're doing a really good job with the translations in the dialogue. Just some phrases in Japanese that are really clunky in English, but do have sort of analogs that you can switch to. And it's interesting, there's like a I feel like there's two stories going on here. There's the like, do I want to fit society's expectation for women and have an easy life, or do I want to go my own way and live a difficult life? But then there's also like the seemingly a completely different story about like Hinako might be dead and not moving on from her sort of post-death existence. Because it seemed like Rinko's problem is not that so like she was expressing anger at Hinako for getting between her and Shu, but like if you read between the lines a little bit, it kind of seems like maybe she's like she's not angry at like a love rival. She's angry that like Shu can't let this this person go, you know, and maybe neither can she, you know, your best friend dies, you're gonna feel a way about it. One moment, please. Sorry about that. Just had to get my laptop plugged in. And we are back to it. I am pretty glad to be out of the Dark Shrine, just because it's I think the real world looks a lot more varied. Wait, did we like not even go inside the house? We like went in the front and then we immediately got yanked out by the boss fight, and then we spent all that time in the Dark Shrine and we didn't like do anything in Shu's house. Yeah, I don't know if I would even say bland, but like
お姉ちゃんの言う通りだ。時間がない。
the
二人とも
the
待ってて。
she keeps
すぐ行く。
interrupting me. The Dark Shrine is like clearly not a real place, right? Like it's which is fine, but like there was so much of it that was just kind of this repetitive, very cool looking temple, but like it's just kind of a lot of the same kind of wooden corridors. Okay. Inari. And somebody was talking about how they find Shinto appealing, but like not living in Japan makes it hard to get into. So I don't know that Shinto is a closed practice, and I've never seen I don't think it is, and I've never seen, obviously people aren't a monolith, but like the overall attitude I have always seen from Japanese people, especially while I was there, was like they also think Japan is cool and get why people would be into it. Like and there are plenty of people who like go over to do what they call a cultural visa, and often it will be like to practice a martial art, like the like kendo or archery, or a lot of times it'll be for like the traditional flower arranging, things like that. I'm sure they have them for like Shinto practices too. One thing I would suggest if you're not living in Japan and it interests you is maybe just start reading about Buddhism, because the two are tied up really tightly. Am I supposed to be going this way or that way? Make your way down the mountain and head to the Shimizu reference. Okay, where's the residence? Okay, so we are going this way. I like this song. And Buddhism is going to be a lot more accessible in to foreigners.
また私を惑わすのか。
Oh god, I have to kill this in the real world now. Huh? Oh, it's got fake ones now. Okay. I don't know why I drank my ramune, that was not the right item. Where are my items? I want kudzu tea. Okay. I'm trying to fill my focus meter.
の選択だ。
Very nice.
私は前へ進む。まずいな。武器が壊れそうだ。
まずいな。But what I was saying was, yeah, so Buddhism and Shintoism are distinct practices, but there's so much like syncretism with sort of the religions that came out of like the major Chinese or the major Asian religions that you know, it can only really help you to get well educated on them. Getto. Give me more items. That's not an item. Omamori. Perfect dodges become easier to perform. No, I don't think we have a single item in our inventory, but we've got arare. Okay. I need to treat my wounds. Eats crackers. This mofo's in the way. We got multiple mofos. Oh, I don't want to be back here, please. I thought it went all the way around. The literal, actual Yoshi P in chat. Director of hit MMO Final Fantasy XIV. Now with a free trial extending all the way through all the way through Shadow. No, the trial goes through Stormblood, and then you gotta pay for Shadowbringers, right? I don't remember. Can you put more Emmett Salk in the game, Yoshi P? I know. I don't care how you do it. I just. Okay, let's see. Is there an item back here? Oh yes, the Omamori.
よし
Yosh. And somebody said I missed the claw. The axe is kind of the new claw, but it's a little bit broken right now, so I don't wanna waste it. If the red goes away over there, we can just kind of run past. Let's do that. Nope, nope, it's a frog guy, I don't like it. Where am I going? Camera, please. Sometimes it feels like the camera is doing its level best to avoid looking at any of the enemies. Okay, toolkit. Don't mind if I do. It's fine, we have the axe now, so. Mm-hmm. Make a left here. And there's no other way down there, yeah. Okay.
あっち行け
So I think I can just ditch this guy, as long as there's no goo on the ground. And then we can go left.
町で一番古いお稲荷様だ
I've heard this water is specifically for washing and cleansing old dirty things. Good morning, my handsome boy. You are different from those delinquents who run around town. You have noble blood running through your veins. Of course, every child must play in order to grow, but I simply ask that you choose wisely who you play with. You must think of me as awfully overbearing, but please respect my wishes while you are still young, for when you are grown up, you will be free to do as you please. Fully restored. Wow, okay. I never looked at what that did, I guess. Let's see. The axe is almost broken, so it's back to the bat. Okay, so if I go all the way down here, there's like a thing to duck under, but I have to like... You need to have like an enemy not like directly on top of you when that happens. Okay, so... Okay. Excuse me, sir. Ah. Yep. Please move. Please move. Aha! I did it. I bet he could still get around somehow, though. Dead ahead?
町まで早く家に帰らないと。
I think we actually got clear. Alright then.
ここは侵食されてない。
Let's cause a physics problem to happen. Seems resistant to...
俺、大人呼んでくるから。落ち着いて。怖がってるだけだから。怖くない。怖くないよ。大丈夫？すごい血。早く手当てしないと。ありがとう。
大丈夫か？子供を噛むなんて許せねえ。ただ殺してやる。
僕は固定機って言います。君は？私はひなこ。清水ひなこ。私は覚えてさえいなかったのにな。
Yeah, those frogs do look like the Demogorgon from Stranger Things. Ebisugaoka is mostly composed of Inari-sama's believers. There are statues of Inari-sama all over town. My elderly neighbors treat them with great respect and worship them. Inari-sama, also referred to as Oinari-sama, is a goddess that puts old, unusable tools to rest. They are known for their offerings preference of abura-age tofu pierced through with an old needle. It seems like other towns don't have these customs, though. I'm guessing they might be something special we do for Inari-sama here in Ebisugaoka. And I've talked about Inari before. If any shrine you go to in Japan, there will almost always also be an Inari shrine there. Inari was the god of the harvest, and also like a bunch of other things, and is variably depicted as male or female, and is associated with kitsune, who are like trickster spirits, but they don't all serve Inari, I believe. I think they're well, they're trickster spirits, so you know. And a trick you can, if you believe somebody might be a kitsune, I believe what you can do is if you get them to look at their reflection, I think it might have to be in water. I don't think mirrors work, but if you can get them to look in their reflection will show them as a fox, and it will break the spell. Because they can disguise themselves as anybody. Someone says yokai and the fae are eerily similar. Yeah, I think like any culture really, like it's the same with like indigenous American cultures. You go around and you find very similar stories. I think these things kind of speak to some basic human psychology and also kind of the ways that we live our lives are, you know, similar no matter where you are in the world. So you have very similar concerns. Like, is the harvest going to come in? Is this person really who they say they are? Are there monsters in the woods that are going to eat me, you know? I know it's sudden, but I'm moving. I won't ever forget you, Hinako. Thank you for saving me. Kotoyuki. So Kotoyuki looked like he might have been the fox guy. Like, he looked similar. He had similar hair. It's just this. There's an item in there that I couldn't get because I don't know, was the guy too close or what? I was just out of. I see you. Thinking you're slick.
私の町がもう化け物の巣じゃないか。邪魔するな。お前たちの仲間にはならない。相棒、もうすぐだ。
There's a shrine right up here. Nope. No time for that. That's fine, I'll just run away. Not before looking for items. We're gonna get yelled at so bad for our uniform. Mom's gonna be like, what the hell did you do? Excuse us. We're inside with our shoes on. That does not fly. This whole part of the house is so that you can take your shoes off. Are we about to do Silent Hills? The sword and the fox fought, battling upon a set of scales. The heavens themselves shuddered at the ferocity of their struggle. Day after day the sun rose behind the fox's back and set behind the swords, yet their fight knew no end. The scales upon which they fought, however, were no more, having been destroyed long ago. Alright, so we need these 3 crests. Got a new pipe. Okay, so tatami is... like, if you walk on that with shoes, you'll destroy it. It's just not okay to be wandering around in, Ominous photo. I don't know why, but it appears each photograph can be rotated. There might be some connection to the writing on the group photo. They're crossed out. Something was hanging here before. Yeah, I can only look at suspicious stuff in a dark world. So that's Mom, Dad, Hinako, Rinko, our other friend, the Shrine Maiden lady, and Shu. Two, Shimizu Kanta, certificate of full payment. This certificate is sent to certify that Shimizu Kanta has paid all outstanding loans and is hereby released from any further contractual obligations. We thank you for your continued patronage. All right. We can switch. We can get a new uniform right now. We could pick that up and put it on, and we could have a... No, I guess we're, maybe she doesn't realize that the back is missing. Like she hasn't noticed. Sakako was her name, thank you. Okay. You gotta put the... This whole closet situation is for these. You put them in here. Leaving them out. This is not okay. These futons, by the way, this is the most comfortable thing I have ever slept on. And it's just like a blanket on the tatami floor. It's amazing. Arare. Ramune. The futon situation is also nice because you can when you wake up you put it away, and then you'll have like a little table like this in the room that you can like move into the middle of the room once you wake up, and so it allows your room to do double duty. It saves a lot of space. Okay. I think that's gonna do it for tonight. We've made quite a lot of progress. We were at... It's been like... yeah, so I will... Yeah, sorry, stream over. Thanks for dropping in, everybody, and glad to be back at it. I was kind of out of commission for like 2 weeks because my internet provider was doing a bad job providing internet. I will give Grub a kiss on her stupid little head. Where is she? She's asleep. She's laying on the bed in a ball. Do I have a Grub image to share before I go? Why is it so big? I like can't reduce the size. Oh no, I am. It's just so big that it doesn't look like it is. Okay. Can I just transform it to screen? There we go. She's very sweet. She in the morning, if I get on the computer, she gets jealous that I'm not paying attention to her and tries to get in my lap. But I'm pretty skinny. I don't have much of a lap, and my chair is pretty high up, so my thighs are at like a downward incline. So she gets in my lap, and there's nowhere good to sit, and she starts slowly sliding down my legs and doesn't understand why this is happening. Um, I think her former owner might have been a little bit bigger than me, and she starts complaining that that's happening. I need to get like a cat bed that I can set in my lap when she wants to get up here. She was also goobing a lot today. I don't know if you know about goobing. Where is... Why is everything a WebP now? You copy it and paste it and turn it into a real image format. Here we go. Goobing we can see in the bottom right. Just kind of unaccountably going berserk, knocking things over, jumping up on furniture, making strange noises, mindlessly digging. Your cat doesn't go crazy at 3 a.m.? One of the captions on this image was the airplane ears stay on. All right, I'm ending the stream now. Thank you again, everybody, for dropping in, and I will see you next time.